so that really began. Well, that's the improvisation. We all plan on things in life, but we don't plan on getting cancer. Nobody plans on that, right? So when it happens, you really have to improvise, because that, Amy had gone to Italy my wife had gone to Italy that night. She left on the evening plane, and the doctor didn't call me about. We didn't think it was anything, full pain, my stomach didn't have any really issues. And he called me and said, "You gotta get to the hospital right away, and you're not going home." And so she was on a flight to Italy, and I was there, trying to figure out what to do. But I'd say that really not joking, that is improvisation, because improvisation is not only for musicians or creative. We're all creative people, or artists, or whatever. It really is when life takes you off of your script that you've written for your life or expected. And you wake up every day and you know the names of your children, hopefully, but sometimes even those things get switched around. My mother always called me my brother's name. And you go into your job, and you're coming home from work and having dinner with the wife and kids, and bang. So when I was in recovery from the surgery in the hospital, I knew that I had to get back to this. That was my call, sort of the call from the universe saying, "Hey, and you got some unfinished business." So that's probably me.
That's another call from the universe.
Remember when we were talking about Saturn in retrograde, and the exact same thing happened? So, sorry about that. So I began to, in between chemotherapy, I've been on chemo, I'm still on it. It's very, very heavy. I know it doesn't look like it on the outside, which is good, because that just means that I'm eating the right things and doing the right things and spiritually in a very high life condition. But during the chemo week, I can't do anything. I can't eat or talk, or it's really again something that I was just unaware of. Probably most people are. Not to dwell on it, but I realized that having cancer, I'm really supporting the economy, because it really is, unfortunately, a huge business, and it's become more. Probably everybody here knows somebody that's been touched by it now. Strangely enough. And so on the non-chemo weeks, I was able to set up these interviews or dialogues. I call them dialogues because Daisaku Ikeda, who's the SGI, the Nichiren Buddhism that I practice, and many of our friends in Purnima here know that he has published many, many books of dialogues. And one of the last ones that I read before doing this was The Inner Philosopher, where they really talk about dialogue being a reflective space. In fact, Professor Marinoff, in this dialogue with Daisaku Ikeda, said it's a reflective space. And they talked about how in dialogue, it's really an exchange to really broaden each person's understanding, and to come to really appreciate other points of view, and to find a commonality, and to work together to be able to, in whatever cause that it is, that having a dialogue. So I decided to conduct my research into the spiritual aspects of creative improvised music. And so the first question that I would ask was, I just go if I go right to the beginning. A little variation on it, but is what is the importance of spirituality in your music and life? And the reason I wanted to ask that is because, creative improvised music, it's not that it has a, it's not that spirituality is unique to this music. It appears in music, whatever you want to call it. It appears in music, and it has always been ever since. Originally music from India and Persia and many other countries, it was not a performing art, it's a healing art. It was part of the arts and sciences. Music was meant for healing. So I really want